Hello and welcome to Eastern Roman history. Having deposed Leontius, Tiberius III Apsimar, who ruled from 698 to 705, appointed his brother Heraclius, the man he could trust most, as supreme commander of Anatolikon, Armeniakon, Thraxikion, and Opsikion strategiae. He took charge of the thematic cavalry and was sent to protect Cappadocia. In 699, there appears to have been an outbreak of plague in Constantinople. Heraclius launched an offensive against the Arabs. He led a punitive expedition into Syria, crushed an Arab army from Antioch, and reached Samosata, raiding everything in his path. Theophanes reports that 200,000 Arabs were killed. Heraclius captured many prisoners and much loot, and safely returned to Roman territory. However, Tiberius in the meantime made no effort to save Africa. Instead, he created the Strategia of Sicily, which comprised Sicily and Calabria, and the Strategia of Sardinia, made up of Corsica, the Balearic Islands, and of course Sardinia itself. Though he did not retake Africa, he could at least provide for the defence of the remaining Roman possessions in the west. In 700, the Caliph al-Malik launched an invasion of Roman Armenia, led by Abdullah. He captured Theodosiopolis and reached the Hexopolis in western Armenia. Muhammad, the brother of al-Malik, captured eastern Armenia. Muhammad, brother of al-Malik, at the same time as Abdullah's campaign, captured eastern Armenia. Tiberius and Heraclius did nothing to prevent this. al-Malik, to strengthen the border defences against future raids, rebuilt Mopsutia. This way, raids like Heraclius's could never happen again. In 702, the Armenians rebelled against the Arabs and forced them out. Tiberius sent additional forces to bolster the Armenian forces. Abdullah, the son of al-Malik, came to Mopsuestia in 703 and fortified it. In 704, Abdullah attacked Armenia. Despite dogged fighting between the Romano-Armenian forces led by Heraclius and the Arabs, led by Muhammad, the Arabs defeated the Armenians and retook Armenia. They burned alive all of the Armenian ringleaders. In 703, Yazid Hunian led an Arab army against Cilicia and besieged Sis. Heraclius broke the siege and crushed Yazid's army, inflicting an estimated 12,000 casualties. It was also in this year that Justinian II made preparations to retake the throne and fled to the Khazar Khagan. In 705, Tiberius III heard that Justinian II was preparing to retake his throne. Tiberius recalled Heraclius from the east and prepared the defences. Justinian and his Bulgar ally Tervel outmaneuvered Heraclius and reached Constantinople without engaging his troops. Justinian besieged Constantinople for 3 days before leading the Bulgars along the abandoned aqueduct of Valens. They slipped past the guards and quickly occupied the capital. Tiberius fled to Caesopolis, but his army, seeing the change in Tiberius's fortunes, deserted him. Justinian captured Tiberius and immediately impaled his brother Heraclius and Tiberius's loyal officers on the Theodosian walls, as well as executing other Tiberian loyalists. Theophanes recounts the retribution of Justinian II on Leontius and Tiberius III. Theophanes the Confessor, Chronicle, Annus Mundi 6197, AD 705, page 375. As far as Apsimaros and Leontius, he caused them to be paraded in chains through the whole city, and while games were being held in the Hippodrome, and he himself was sitting on the throne, they were dragged publicly and thrown at his feet, and he trod on their necks until the end of the first race, while the people cried, "You have set your foot on the asp and the basilisk, and you have trodden on the lion and the serpent." He then sent them to the Kynegion to be beheaded. An interesting story from the reign of Tiberius III is reported by Theophanes concerning the future emperor Philippicus. Theophanes the Confessor Chronicle, Annus Mundi 6194 AD 701, page 372. Apsimaros exiled Philippicus, the son of the patrician Nikephoros, to Kephallonia, because he was dreaming of becoming emperor, for he claimed to have seen in a dream that his head was shadowed by an eagle. When the emperor had heard this, he immediately banished him. Clearly the situation for the Eastern Roman Empire was deteriorating fast. Armenia was lost despite efforts. The Arabs frequently encroached on the defences. The Arabs had recovered from their catastrophic defeat by Constantine IV, and with the whole caliphate united with the end of the Second Civil War, all of their attention could be focused on the Romans. Heraclius seems to have been a good choice as a general, but Tiberius himself seems to have failed as emperor to properly prepare to resist the greater pressure the Arabs were now able to bring to bear on the Romans. His extension of the strategia in Sardinia and Sicily, though beneficial, seems more of a consolidation of affairs in the west after the loss of Africa. Perhaps Tiberius III Apsimarus' main achievement was that had it not been for Justinian II, he may have succeeded in replacing the Heraclian dynasty, since he managed to hold power for 7 years without any recorded internal rebellions. This was the longest reign out of the emperors between the first deposition of Justinian II and the ascension of Leo III. I have been your host Daniel Maynard, and this has been Eastern Roman History.